All right, you guys, stop scrolling, put down the phone, unless you're watching me on it, and take a look at me. This is the Conservative Viewpoint, and I'm your host, Charlie, the Country Conservative. Tonight, we're not just talking about policy failure or a bad administration. We are talking about the systematic looting of the American taxpayer to find the very people who are breaking our laws. While you're out there working two jobs just to keep gas in the tank, the Democrats have spent the last few years turning our great cities into open air processing center for the world's most wanted. They'll tell you it's compassion. I call it a bloodbath. It's an invasion of our country created by the Democrats for what? Election fraud. Oh, yes, I've got the numbers they don't want you to see. In Minneapolis, there's a stash in the city already struggling of the surge of illegal activity at the cost of the local economy over $200 million in just the last few months. In Chicago, they've shattered projections, blowing over $2.5 billion of your hard-earned tax money on criminal care. And in LA, we're looking at the economic outpost loss that could top $2.5 billion because of the rule of law was traded for a political agenda. It didn't have to be this way, folks. Remember, when we had a leader who understood that the country without a border isn't a country, we had it closed. Trump had it on his first term, had it locked and loaded, buddy. But the Democrats opened the floodgates, and now they're shocked that the water is rising. And now it's costing even more to remove these illegal criminals from our streets because the Democrats' bloodbath border crisis was out of control. Now I'm speaking of, I don't know what I'm speaking of because I don't know what the hell I wrote. But have you seen The View lately? Oh, wow. They are drowning in their own scandals. The Epstein files are out, and guess whose name's on it and who's popping up? The very same people who spend 4 hours a day calling you a threat to democracy and lying about Trump constantly. But Whoopi is on the air trying to explain why her name is in the documents, while Joy Blowhard is still reading from the same old anti-Trump script. It's a cover-up, plain and simple. And they figured, we wouldn't notice. And the liberals that watch them, they are definitely stupid. Well, they were wrong. You're here, and they're calling all of us stupid too. That's what I forgot about then and putting in there. But they were wrong because you're here. You're awake. You were in the show. Show them trying to walk back everything that's going on up here on the Epstein files while still talking smack about Trump. Check out the hypocrisy, will you? I got a video to show you too. So sit back, get active in chat, and let's show them that the silent majority isn't so silent anymore. I want to thank every one of you for being part of this movement and joining me tonight here on the Conservative Viewpoint. So let's get to work. The show begins now. Hey, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday night's Conservative Viewpoint. Yes, it is. We're halfway through the week, guys. Got a great show for you coming up and a great show for you tomorrow. We'll talk about that later on, of course. But hey, guys, welcome to the show. Anyone new to this show, welcome. Love seeing you guys here. I say this every night because it's true. I love having you guys on here. Everybody in chat is freaking awesome. Guys, yes, got a lot to go over again tonight. I did not have hardly anything this morning when I made my ad up. I had like 3 or 4 emails because remember I told you I wiped everything out. Shit, they come in like droves after that. So yeah, we've got a lot to go over. So we're going to start it off here with give some shout outs. I got to try something here because I don't know why it's not on here. But it said somehow that I can share my live stream to X to make it show up. So I'm going to try this here, post this, and see if this works because I don't know. VIX shows up on there, but for some reason my live streams are not showing up on X. So if I see Lee on here, if he would go over there and check it out, I'm gonna try to look here real quick and see what happens, and see if it shows up right now. Yep, it's showing in there. We'll see what happens. That's why I haven't had any viewers on here, because it has not showed up in X the past couple of times. But I just saw it, so we'll see what happens. We'll see if we get some more people in there. So, guys, welcome to the show. Here, let's give some shout outs now. We got Facebook, we got YouTube, which is screwed up. Go figure that one, right? We got Twitch, we got X, we got Rumble, we got Wimpkin, and we got Kicking. So we're going to see what's going on, what's happening here. So we're going to go over here right now, and we're going to check out the Getter Gang over here. And Getter is rocking it off. And I know Sean, the Radical Right Justice, was off the bat today. Right there he is. Welcome, Sean. Let's go down through here and check out what Wendover's in there somewhere. Cecil, 1776. There he is. And I see Wendover right there. All right. Texas John. What? Shall. I shall. And let's keep going down through here. We got Cecil. I saw Conrad. Mr. Joe Public himself is right there. He is. And let's see. Let's keep going down through here. Make sure I get everybody. Welcome to the show, guys. I love seeing you guys over here. Now let's shoot over here to Rumble real fast to see who we got. Gregory Carnes Jr. himself right there. I can't see shit. Welcome, Gregory, over there. And we got the Wimpkin Warriors over here. And we've got Lee. What up, Lee? Fixer. What up, Fix? Guys, what's happening? Rock. We got the Rock Justice right there. He is. John M. Hi, John. Calling from Scotland. There he is. My Marianne. There she is. The wonderful, beautiful Marianne is in the house right there on Wimpkin. There she is right there. And let's keep Charles. Hi, Charles. Pat is here again. There is Pat. But and Mark and Pat. Mark is Mark from the UK is here. Yes, there is. Welcome everyone to the show. I love seeing faces on here. I'd like to see some new faces come up here. Kurt, the Bayou man, Kurt himself is right there. He is. Guys, welcome to the show, guys. It's awesome to see you guys. So hey, we got a lot to go over, so we're going to get busy because I got some videos to show you too. And yo, Dodge is over there. Yo, check out. Make sure my live stream's going there, Dodge. And I did see it now that I did what StreamYard told me to do. So, but here in a couple months, I'll be switching straight over to Rumble and not using StreamYard anymore. Just too expensive to use them. So it's like $1,000 a year to use StreamYard compared to the $100 I spend on Rumble. So guess where I'm going. All right, guys, let's start this off. We got a lot to go over here. Let's start off with Nancy Guthrie case again. Nancy Guthrie's disappearance, and the sheriff is pleading with suspect to just let her go. Insists the case is not cold. Well, I read an article earlier, and I did not bring it up here, but somebody in this article stated that this guy's not too brilliant. He's like a like what did they call him? Damn it. He's not too bright, but guess what? We're going on 3 weeks now, and they don't have a clue of who this person is. So, oh, he's an amateur. I think that's exactly what they said. He's an amateur. Well, obviously, he's pretty good at it because 3 weeks, you got the FBI, you got the sheriff's department, you got police, you got everybody in there looking for him, and nobody can find this poor old lady. So don't give me shit about this guy being an amateur. He has taken on all these law enforcement agencies, and not a damn one of you can find him. But they want to call him an amateur. I feel bad for Guthrie. I feel bad for Nancy. She's 84. She doesn't deserve this. But they did take the DNA from the test from the gloves and send it away to genealogy. You know, like, what is that one that... oh, shit. There's ones that you put in there, you swab your shit, and you send it to 23andMe or whatever the hell it's called. And you know, farmers want a date or whatever the hell it is, you know, Miss Piggy's dating site or whatever it is. But yes, they sent them out to them. They haven't got anything back. But yesterday we talked about they went into CODIS and everything else and no hit on the DNA. So this guy's better than what these people are making it out to be. But they said that they found searches for Nancy Guthrie's address and daughter's salary before today's host mothers vanished. So they said that they were in there, they were looking up how much her daughter made and everything like that, and the address and all this shit. The day before or something like this, when I read the thing, it was like in the address the weeks prior to her suspected abduction. They said they were searching her stuff. So I know they monitor search of everyone, because if you don't, 23andMe, there you go. Thank you for that, Shell. 23andMe, not me. No, Shell. Shell, not me, Shell. Shell, not me, Shell. Okay, Shell. Thank you, Shell. All righty then. You can't tell a person's DNA from a ring pick. Yeah, exactly. But this is the stuff that they're trying to go on with, guys. And yeah, I'm not either, Fix. There's just too much wrong with what's going on here. Don't call a dude an amateur when you guys can't find him. You're supposed to be the smartest people in the world with the FBI and everything. But yet, they're calling him an amateur. But yet, FBI contacted Mexican authorities in this same case. The FBI has contacted Mexican authorities in connection with the Nancy Guthrie case. A source with a knowledge of the activity tells the News Nation. I don't like News Nation, but this is what they're saying. Because the search for Guthrie has entered the third week and investigators continue to pursue all leads to find missing 84-year-old woman, but they haven't got a clue. So the reports about the FBI in Mexico, whether polygraphs have been used to clear individuals in the case, as News Nation senior correspondent Brian Etten has learned, it's not clear who was tested through family members officially have been ruled out as suspects. That is the first place you go when something like this happens. And what usually happens, you find the person or child, whatever the case may be, not far from the home. So we're still going to give this time, guys, because there's still just something not going right here. So we're going to see what happens. But Nancy Guthrie disappeared, and I just talked about this, the same thing. The sheriff, I didn't realize there was two different kind of headlines on there. But, guys, I just don't trust what's going on, what we're seeing here. So, with that being said, I'm getting things popping up all over the damn place. Jerry Jones, welcome to the show. 23andMe, Ancestry.com. That's what I was waiting for. Jerry Jones said that over here in Wimpkin. Welcome to the show, Jerry, and thank you. Yeah, the app sucks, Jerry, I'm telling you. But yeah, Ancestry.me, that's where they've sent this away, trying to get this back. But you know what? Even if that DNA comes back, it's going to show if he's Italian or something like that. But I still think mine is good because remember that I told you about that picture and there's a light and I didn't, damn it, I should have downloaded that picture again. I'm holding, I think it was a wind chime, like a shell, like seashells, wind chime, and something was glowing off that face. I think it's a tooth, like a gold tooth, silver tooth, something like that. He had a grill or something because it was shining like when you take a picture and your eyes glow. It's what his mouth was doing. If I can remember tomorrow, I've got too much going on. I had to get my teeth cleaned, had to work in the bathroom and do some more work in there and go work out. And every day was a crazy day today. And tomorrow it's not going to be so bad. So I don't have no doctor's appointment. So we're in good shape. They are all scammed. They're collecting DNA and paying for it. Exactly. I did not do that. I did not send my DNA out to nobody. That's for a fact right there. So we're going to get going here. All right. Here we got Mark Zuckerberg. And he had to go to court today over the, what the hell was it called again? Man, I'm losing my freaking mind here. But about all this, the social media being addicted to kids and adults, so you can't take adults out of this. But Meta made a statement prior to him going in there. He said, "We strongly disagree with these allegations and are confident that the evidence will show our longstanding commitment to supporting young people for over a decade. We've listened to parents, worked with experts. Wait till the end. You're going to get a kick out of this. And law enforcement and conducted in-depth research to understand the issues that matter most. We use the insight to make meaningful changes like introducing teen accounts and built-in protections and provide parents with tools to manage their teens' experience. Now, we're not done yet. Now, he's set to testify in the social media addiction trial against Meta. Now, that was today he went in there. But parents are blaming Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. However, critics are asking, when are parents going to take accountability for how they raise their children? Many are saying that it's not up to social media and TV to be responsible for their children and are pointing to the wild and violent behavior being exhibited during the high school ICE protest as evidence that parents are failing. See, this is what liberal fake news people do, Democrat idiots, shift the blame to somebody else. And it's okay if the schools hide the fact that they're giving puberty blockers and getting sex changes and everything like that, talking about sex to children. It's because they are raising the kids. They decide what goes on with your kid. But now, as soon as this shit comes up, that social media is addicting, which in fact it is a fact. It is addicting to everyone, not just children, but it's worse on the children. But this is what they do. They sit there and they want to spin the narrative to blame the parents now. But any other time, no, you don't control your kids. We control your kid. These kids are our kids. Did you hear that somewhere? Oh, I believe that was in the Biden administration. Your kids are our kids. We can decide what to do. You stay out of the school business. You stay out of your kids' lives when it comes to school. This is exactly what we've heard for the past 4 years under the regime of the Biden commies and the Democrats. This is what we've heard. This is what you're getting right here. They want to shift the blame now back to the parents because the parents aren't doing enough. Oh, I thought they were your kids. You decide what's best for the kids. You decide when they can get their dicks cut off or whatever, right? This is what's good for them. No, we don't have a problem with that, do we? This was what makes me sick about these fucking liberals and stuff. They always want to say what's good for them is fine. But when it comes to stuff like this now, oh, put it back on the parents. Oh, yeah, this is what's pathetic. These dumbass Democrats, and we've got a lot of them coming up here real soon. You're going to hear it for yourself. More on this. But hey, we got more on the AOC debacle in Germany. Oh, yes. You're right, Kurt. Nothing will happen. Zuck is like Big Pharma, exempt, period. Yes. I hope they hold their asses accountable. I'm hoping for that, but of course, nothing ever happened. But hey, back to the AOC debacle. Kevin O'Leary battles CNN over AOC fiasco in Munich, says the others are nuts. Now, with that being said, I got 2 videos for you. And the first one is, well, I can't remember what her name is, Abby Phillips on CNN, right? This is the bad part. They said that she's trying to support AOC and make it sound like, and wait till she twists it around. Wait until you hear it. And I want you to listen to every word she has to say. Take a listen.
A flub for AOC, but the question is also, what happens when the president, the actual president of the United States, does very similar things on the world stage? So look, I'll give you that AOC probably should have been more ready for that question, but are we going to really pretend that the actual president of the United States has not made similar or perhaps worse flubs on the global stage? Bad answers, bad answers. What do you think should happen to Donald Trump as a result of his bad answers?
AOC word salad girl.
What about when Donald Trump in 2024 said, I think Taiwan should pay us for defense?
For you,
there it is.
John, hey, I'm just asking for you all to apply the same standard.
I think he makes mistakes all the time.
And
I crack up laughing, just like I cracked up at Joe Biden when he made.
Now, did you hear it yourself? She is trying to compare AOC to Trump saying he thinks Taiwan should pay us. How the hell is that even close to being a word salad? How is that close to what the hell AOC did? This is what pisses me off about. How can CNN even be in business right now with dumb ass idiots like her in there? Well, guess what? Kevin O'Leary, well, he doesn't put up with it, and this is funny as hell. Take a listen.
All right, Kevin, a quick last word.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm
My
not sure.
My last word is, you're all nuts. Like, that's just...
Oh, my God.
Thank you, Kevin.
Guys,
am I in on that? Okay.
Look, we got to keep it together here, okay?
We are. Too late.
Honestly, I mean, there's a way to talk about these things. If you don't have anything to say, just say that, and I won't come to you next time.
Important.
You don't all right.
Did you hear that? He called them all nuts. And then, of course, we got to keep it together here. You need fired, bitch. This is ridiculous. He is exactly right. And I wouldn't have stopped with that. That's why you'll never see me on any liberal fake news media site, because they know and they wouldn't want me anyway, but I cuss like a sailor, and I would do exactly that, right? All you'd hear is beep, 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 hi, beep, beep. You would never hear it because they would never do it, because I would not let them get away with shit like that. That bitch, oh my God, hell no. No. I'd even be louder than her. Make sure that I get the shit out. That's for a fact. But got it hands down to Kevin O'Leary for putting that shit out there. You nuts. And that's exactly right. All right, what else we got here? Oh, yeah, Kristi Noem says, and she opened a can of worms with this one. Kristi Noem says she will ensure that the right people vote in midterms and elect the right leaders. Oh, the liberals went nuts on this one. Kristi Noem appeared to suggest that the Department of Homeland Security was responsible for election security. And she said she would ensure the right people were voting to elect the right leaders. Election is another one of those critical infrastructure responsibilities that I have as well. And I would say that many people believe that it may be one of the most important things that we need, the DHS secretary said at a press conference on past Friday. To make sure that we trust is reliable, and then when it gets to election day, that we've been proactive to make sure that we have the right people voting, electing the right leaders to lead the country through the days that we have, knowing that people can trust it. And she is exactly right, because this is the only right way that Democrats can win. You see all the nutcases that we have in Congress right now. And I believe I've got, where the hell did the other ones go? Shit. I probably on tomorrow's show, but I had it on here. Where the hell did it go? I had some other ones, and I don't know where the hell they went. I had some nutcase Democrats in here, and I don't know what the hell, and I erased the damn thing. But we'll talk about it here in a second. All right. Patel says the FBI has uncovered Antifa funding source. And Cash Patel was on Dan Bongino today, and he had a great discussion about all this. Cash Patel said on Wednesday that the investigators have uncovered that he described as major funding streams tied to Antifa, which, remember, that Christopher Wray started this bullshit that Antifa is an idea. So if Antifa is an idea, how are they getting funded? Who are you paying an idea to? You pay money to an idea? Well, I got an idea. Send me the money. I'm just an idea. But this is what happened. The revelation signaled possible new enforcement action as the Bureau intensified scrutiny over left-wing violence, according to reports in the Washington Examiner. Speaking on the Dan Bongino show today, wow, I didn't read the article, sorry. Patel said that FBI under Donald Trump has been conducting a financial investigation into how demonstrations linked to the loosely organized far-left movement are supported. These organizations don't operate alone or in silence, Patel said. They operated with a heavy stream of funding. And we started looking into it, and guess what? We found them. Patel did not identify the donors, organizations, or financial mechanism, but he said that more details could emerge in the coming months in the investigation. So we know it's not just an idea. Like that piece of shit Christopher Wray said, and of course Joe Biden tried to use that against Trump during the really mess of a debate they had. So this is what's going on, guys, because Antifa is a domestic terrorism, and we should be treating them as such, just like BLM and everyone else. The facts, they need to be treated like terrorists. And you got that one idiot that I showed you to come down the step when he was arrested by the FBI wearing, I'm Antifa. That's not an idea, right? Yes, dumbasses. They send money to somebody to fund Antifa, and that's not an idea. This is what's going on, and this is what needs to change. Sounds awesome, Colin, blah, blah, blah. Can't trust anything and anybody about it. You can't trust a damn thing. That's for a fact. All right, what else we got? Oh, and I hope I got this right here. How much money did DHS spend on Minneapolis, Chicago, and L.A.? You heard that right. The feds have spent more than $18 million per week on Minneapolis surge. That's on top of everything else that's been going on, because California spent so much money. Let me make sure I find it here. The cost analyst, the cost analyst, a nonpartisan nonprofit group operating in a med search road, the Twin Cities, cost an estimated $18 million a week. The agency calculated the salaries of $9 million, lodging, meals, and everything per diem, $4.5 million per week. Migrant detention, $1.6 million per week, along with other costs to come up with very conservative figures. Then you have people like the North Star City has not yet compiled a final destiny, but they said that they're foreseeing that $18 million in weekly costs is spent on Medicaid, $1.17 million enrollees in just 2025, $4.5 million spent weekly on meals for federal agents. And in addition to Minneapolis officials operating Metro resulted in a $203 million hit to the city's local economy. At least $59 million spent on Chicago immigration surge. And LA enforcement surge racked up nearly $120 million, California governor's office estimates. But guess what, guys? Not one penny of this would be going on without the help of the Democrats, causing all the problems that's going on here, causing all the criminals in here with their bloodbath border crisis. Everything that I've told you, all the money that you hear that's being racked up is because of these Democrats. This is not even including all the money that they've given these illegal criminals, the phones that they give these criminals, the airlines, the food, the places to stay, everything that these Democrats have spent on these illegal criminals. It would have never happened if it wasn't for the Democrats opening the bloodbath border crisis open. None of this would be going on. But they will, of course, keep wanting to blame us, blame Trump, blame the Republicans. It is not their fault. We are the ones that are fixing your mess that you created in the 4 years of the Biden regime. Simple as that. All righty then. Let's get into a little bit of the Epstein file, right? Do the Epstein files confirm Pizzagate theory? New York Magazine contributor makes stunning admission. Although willing to reconsider a core Pizzagate claim, the liberal media appears committed to denigrating the original claimants. WikiLeaks published tens of thousands of leaked emails from the personal account of John Podesta, former President Clinton's chief of staff, in 2016. A decentralized army sleuth and subsequently combined over the leaked emails found not only damning insights into Hillary Clinton and her doomed presidential campaign, but odd messages about pizza, hot dogs, ice cream, and other food. Oh yeah, 842 occurrences of the word pizza, which seems like a lot, don't you think? Oh yeah. So the theory is that the food in a non-culinary context prompted to theorize that they were code words related to the pedophilia and human trafficking, a theory that mainstream media and so-called fact checkers emphasized was dangerous, fake news, and essence of moral panic. This is what they do. Here you go again. they've got proof of the pedophilia ring, but according to the FBI, there was no sex trafficking going on. And the Republicans fully funded it, all waking up. Exactly, Wendover. This is going crazy. They want to blame all this stuff, and they want to blame all the trans bullshit and stuff, everything. And this is what the Democrats do. It's so disgustingly pathetic. And we got pedophiles running around the streets like this. Well, got another one down. Goldman Sachs top lawyer Kathy Rummuller, something like that, to resign after emails show close ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Wait, what's this? Ex-Victoria's Secret CEO tells House investigators he was conned by Epstein in closed doors deposition. Well, let's try to spin it again. Let's blame somebody. Let's blame a dead man that can't fend for himself to prove this thing a fact, so people will just believe it. Just like this bitch here, Whoopi Goldberg. Yes, sir, Bob. She's hurrying and scurrying that fat ass of hers to try to shut down any links to Epstein while addressing names appearing on the files from The View. Take a listen, and I want you to listen real close to what she said. And I think it's toward the end. This will make you laugh, but not laugh. Take a listen.
Now, in the name of transparency, can you put up my name is in the files? Yes. And what does it say? It says, Whoopi needs a plane to get to Monaco. John Lennon's charity, it should say Julian Lennon's charity, is paying for it. They don't want to charter, so they're looking for private owners. Here's the info. And they give all the information, and they're saying, do you want to offer your G2? Okay.
And it looks like they said no thanks.
Yeah.
So in other words, anybody can be on this list.
Well, this is my point, because I'm telling you, when I tell you people are trying to turn me into, I wasn't his girlfriend. I wasn't his friend.
You were too old for him.
I was not only too old, but it was at a time, you know, where this is just not, you used to have facts before you said stuff.
But Trump is on the list 38,000 times.
Well,
Bingo.
I can't speak to him, but I'm speaking about me because I'm getting dragged. People actually believe that I was with him. It's like, honey, come on. Yeah. Every man that I've ever been with, you've known about him because either the Inquirer wrote it about it. Yeah. Your people wrote about this stuff. So no, I never had this, you know, and no, I didn't get on the plane because you know what I would have to do to get on the plane? Fly. They were trying to,
and she doesn't fly.
No, so they're trying to get me. Babe. They're trying to get me to get on a plane to get to this thing for Julian Lennon.
Yeah, but the thing is, they dropped like 300 names.
Yes.
And it's like flood the zone, because when you're looking, there are people like Marilyn Monroe, who was dead.
Elvis.
Yeah, a lot of people, because a lot of the reasons your name can be mentioned are news articles, third-party emails, contacts. Again, wealthy, famous people often cross in professional and social circles, so that's not the surprising part.
Okay, there's a lot to go on right there, right? How dare they talk about facts? Radical right Sean Justice said it exactly. They never use facts. They sit here every damn day and lie about Trump, and they want to sit there and say about facts. Then you got Joy Blowhard sitting in there. Trump's in there 38,000 times. But then at the end there, did you hear what that woman said? I don't know her name. I don't watch the show, but I know the two because of actresses and stuff. But the last one said it. Oh, the elite, you know, they usually cross paths like that, and that's okay. But when it's Trump's name, holy shit, he's a pedophile. Oh my God, he was on the island. He was in that plane millions of times. But that's okay. But no, when her name shows up there and Blowhard runs her mouth, we got to believe what she's saying. But they could sit there and lie every damn day on that fucking stupid show, and that's okay. But because it's Trump they're talking about. But when it's them, they don't like it. Oh, they're trying to twist things. Are you kidding me? You guys twist the truth all the damn time. This is what pisses me off right here. Stuff like this. And they will sit there, and that audience is going to eat that shit up, you know, and they'll run with this. Oh yeah, Whoopi didn't do nothing. It's just okay because her name was only in because they were trying to tie her in to the plane. So, but if you read that piece that they had, she was asking about the plane. Then she goes and sits there and says that they wanted her on the plane to go do something. So making up stories, trying to twist shit like they always do. This is what happens because of these dumbass bitches. I don't know why this show's has not been canceled. Yeah, I know, Marianne, right? That's exactly who she is. I can't stand them. I cannot stand them at all. Good God, let me get that off my screen. I didn't believe I even talked about The View. I can't stand them that much. But yes, this is what goes on every time you turn around. So let's get a little bit of our jihadist Muslim piece of shit in New York, shall we? Yes, we shall. Here we go. More of McDummy's lies are coming out again. Guess what? The first one is budget cuts. Y'all heard the stories, and we're going to show you the videos. But you guys, remember what he said he wasn't going to do? Then he was going to do it. Now he's not going to do it. He was backing off the police deal. Oh, well, guess what? McDummy aims to cancel 5,000 NYPD officer hires and proposes to cut the department's budget to address the city's deficit. Oh, yeah. So he was sit there run his mouth. He has zero qualifications to be where he's at to run a budget, period. Listen to what his education is. McDummy, of course, was elected into there, but he was a graduate of Bowdoin College in Brunswick, Maine in 2014. He majored in African studies and minored in government. His early education attended a Bank Street School for Children, a progressive school in New York City. Post-graduation, worked as a foreclosure prevention counselor in Queens, New York. His background, his education, and his early activism include reading critical race theorists are noted in influencing his political career. Where in the hell do you see anything in there that qualifies him to be, let alone the mayor of the biggest city in this country, let alone run a budget at all? He's worse than AOC is. At least she was a bar wench and she had to give change out, but at least the register told her how much change to get out because she's too damn stupid. And I've seen a lot of them that can't give change out without somebody telling them how much to give. This is just as bad. He has no qualifications whatsoever to be running this country. And now he's going to sit there and ask the federal government for more money. Well, guess what? You've got New York, New York City, a population just a little over almost 9 million people. Let's say that. About 8.4 million people. Okay? Then you've got Pennsylvania, which is almost 13 million people, right? So the budget for New York and what he is asking for the federal government this year, fiscal 2027, he is asking for $127 billion with a budget shortfall of $5.4 billion. And Pennsylvania with, what is it? Let's say 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 4 million more people in the whole state of Pennsylvania, not just the city, a whole state. They're only budgeted at $48 billion. So what the hell does he need $127 billion to run a smaller city than a whole state of Pennsylvania? And that's not the only one. There's other ones that I could have brought up here to show you this. But in the general fund, just in Pennsylvania, is $48 billion. But in that city, $127 billion with a 5.4 budget shortfall. How the fuck does this idiot think he's going to... You think the federal government's going to allow this? Oh, hell no, especially under Trump. That ain't going to work whatsoever. They're going to have to recall that dumbass and get him the hell out of here. All right, what do we got here? Oh, yeah. And I got to shut up. I got to set up. Where the hell am I at? I got to set this up, guys, for you. I got to shut up the share screen. real quick. You're gonna have to see this. Where's it at? There she is with voice. This is the video that I did not get downloaded yet today, but you guys are gonna have to listen to this. This is this dumbass Pramila Jayapal. And with all the murders and stuff, the shootings that's going on by all these trans people, all the violence that's committed by these trans mental freaks, look at what this bitch does. She's got a trans bill of rights, which would allow men to evade women's sports and restrooms, pushes for the genital mutilation of children, and codifies abortion nationwide. Take a listen to this dumb bitch.
To trans people everywhere, I also want you to know this. Those people are threatened by your strength, by your joy in being fully who you are. Those who fight against trans people are just jealous of the freedom that they have taken to be fully who they are. And so those people just want to destroy that rather than imagine what it would be like to be fully who they are. Wise words from our young people. So today, the Trans Bill of Rights makes those freedoms we all deserve as clear as the paper they are written on. And we intend to continue this fight until we win this fight. To trans people.
You can't make that shit up, guys. She is actually saying we're afraid of them, the mental freaks that they are. They're committing murders. They're committing violence. They're mental freaks, and we're jealous of them. This will never pass. This is what the problem is right here. And she just proved it herself right there. The Democrats are sucking their asses for votes. This is all it's about, guys. It's about votes, about them getting power back. Anyone that drunk can't get it up. Exactly. Somebody take a 5-pound yard shot. This shit, crap. Oh, yeah. This is what happens, guys. It is unbelievable that this is the stuff that these Democrats are. Hicks from the sticks. I see you over there. But this, can you believe that? Sean Lively, I did not see you come in there, Sean. Hi, Sean, over there in Wimpkin Land. I'm missing too much stuff here. This is what happens, guys. I tell you what, this is so sad. The Democrats continue this violent rhetoric. Why? So they can try to get elected again. This is it. It's all about, that's all it's about. Money and elections, period. All right, what else we got? A couple more things here real quick. Florida executives sentenced in $233 million Obamacare fraud that targeted homeless and hurricane victims in Florida. Florida's handling their business, man. The president of Florida insurance broker firm and the CEO of marketing company were sentenced Wednesday to 20 years each in prison for leading a sprawling $233 million Affordable Care Act fraud scheme that preyed on Florida's most vulnerable residents, including homelessness and jobless individuals and newly displaced hurricane victims, to pocket millions in unearned commissions. This is the start with what's going on, guys, with this fraud. Where are we going to see any of this shit in Minnesota? I freaking doubt it. But Florida is handling their business. These two guys, one guy's 46 years old, the other guy's 42. One is from Florida, the other one is from Mansfield, Texas. They were convicted of conspiracy and fraud for their roles in the scheme, which involved lying and falsifying government forms to obtain coverage for individuals and lying and bribing would-be enrollees to sign up for plans that they knew doing that would cost them their existing insurance company. In addition to their prison time, the pair were ordered to pay $180.6 million in restitution. Well, you're not going to do that while they're in prison. That's the bad part about it, because when I was in there and the guys that worked for me, they only made like anywhere between 19 cents an hour to 42 cents an hour. I don't know if that's went up since I retired, but that is what they made working for me when I was still in there. So you can't pay $180 million at 19 cents an hour or 42 cents an hour. The cooks made 42 cents. You were rich if you were a cook and you made 42 cents an hour. That's a fact in that prison. I'm telling you what. They are calling, and that is what it's all about. Fag and trans are about 3%. Why do people pander to them? It's for votes, picks. That's exact. It's nothing else but votes. The Democrats are losing money because they don't have their money laundering operations to send, billions and millions of dollars to Ethiopia for fag, trans, rubber condom, whatever the hell they were doing in there. And so they're losing money. So now they got to get their money laundering operations back. So, but it never stops with that kind of people, though. We still got this woke bitch from the Olympics that was sitting there running her mouth and showing off her gold medal that she won in the past here, right? But this woke bitch, U.S. skater, overcome with emotion after finishing 13th in the women's short program. And you know why they're so bad about this? Because this team of USA skater who decried the plight of America's LGBTQ ABCDEFG and was trying to go after Trump on this and described herself as a woke bitch. Take a listen.
It's been a hard time for the community overall under this administration. It isn't the first time that we've had to come together as a community and try and fight for our human rights.
But she called herself a woke bitch on there, and she cried, and people were going to feel sorry for her or something because she came in 13th. Well, you really suck. You shouldn't have woke. She looks like Bud Light. Oh, yeah. So that's what you got for tonight, guys, on the news article updates right there. Oh, yes. So, guys, let's see what else we got over here. I didn't see Sean over there, and then Sean came over here, and Wimpkin, and I saw him over there. But I didn't see Hicks from over there. But yeah, I got you. I know Sean. I just run him back and forth here. All right, guys, let's get some fun here. Let's have a couple videos here before we have to sign off. Here we got, I don't remember what this was. I've had this for a while now. It's called Monitoring Fails. Take a listen. Take a look at this. That would hurt. Watch this. This is funny as hell. Vince did it twice.
That was everywhere.
So why don't you walk down there too? They're all stupid. Tell me that wasn't set up.
Oh my God, Walter! Oh my God!
Watch these drums. Oh, shit. Wait. Let's walk down there and see if it's really slipped. Now that's some dumb people right there, but that was funny as shit though. I couldn't help myself from laughing at that one. All right, what do we got here? Oh, here is another look. This is a different video of the owners farting near their dogs. Yes, you heard me right. If you don't remember the one I showed a few weeks ago, here's another look at them. These are different dogs. Take a look.
Good.
dog pissed. My God.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. Now that is funny right there. I don't care who you are right there. That is funny as hell right there. Those dogs, you just look at their faces. That is funny as all get out. What do we got? One more. Here's some scare pranks, guys. I love these scare pranks. Some of these are like crazy, right? Take a look.
Stop! I can't.
De quoi? Comment ça va?
Baby.
Are you serious?
Damn. He's grinning like a girl.
What were we talking about?
I think I like this little one.
Hey baby, I actually take out the box.
Oh my God. I tell you what, guys, you can't beat that funny shit right there. That is funny. My head hurts now. Yeah. And I think that's what Mary Ann said her stomach hurts. That was some funny stuff right there, guys. We deserve a laugh today, don't we think? That is hilarious. Hey, guys, thank you for tuning in tonight, guys. Man, don't forget tomorrow is Throwback Thursday, guys. We're going to have some fun again tomorrow. Not as many news articles, that's for sure, guys, because we're going to have some fun with it. I have already got stuff in line for this stuff. I got a ton of stuff for Throwback Thursday. I still got some old stuff that I've never shown you guys yet. Plus, I downloaded a bunch of new stuff. Got some new movies. Yep, I got some movies for tomorrow. Got 3 new movies. I got a picture in there I got to show you tomorrow too. Something we were talking about last week on Throwback Thursday. Oh yeah, wait till you see it. You guys can't miss it. So make sure you get everybody and come in, join the fun tomorrow on Throwback Thursday, guys. So with that being said, I'm going to leave you guys with this. Folks, we've covered a lot of ground tonight. We've looked at the receipts that they tried to hide and the names they tried to bury. But here's the truth you need to take to bed with you. They only fight this hard. They only fight this hard when they are losing. They only lie this loud when the truth is at the door. You are the reason the tide is turning. And never, don't you ever forget that. I want to say a massive thank you to every single one of you who was participating in chat tonight. Your energy is what fuels this show. Thank you for watching, for sharing, and for standing up for the truth when it's not fashionable to do so. Now listen close, guys. We deal with a lot of heavy stuff all week. We've exposed the corruption. We track the Bloodbath border crisis, and we hold their feet to the fire. It's tough work. So tomorrow night, guys, we're doing something for our soul. We are firing up the time machine for Throwback Thursday. We are leaving the corruption of 2026 behind right after the news updates and traveling back in time to the 70s and the 80s, the days of neon lights, muscle cars, and movies that actually had a message. We're going to be looking back at some classy movie clips. And yes, we are playing the fan favorite game, Name That Movie Clip. It's your chance to take a breather, have a laugh, and remember what it's like just to enjoy being an American. It's going to be a special, it's going to be nostalgic, and it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. So until then, guys, God bless. I'll see you back here live tomorrow night, 9 p.m., to take a trip down memory lane. Right after the Rebel Chick with a Cause that starts at 7 p.m., guys. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget. Until then, like always, have a great rest of your evening, guys, and I will see you all back here live tomorrow night. Good night, everyone.